Hi, are we in a housing market crash or a bubble caused by a recession, or are we in a shift? And what's the difference? And what are the critical market numbers in our market here in Charlotte and then nationally? We're going to be covering those topics in this video and the numbers, so stick around. Hi, I'm Dave Da Silva, owner of Long Tab Realty, brokered by eXp Realty here in Charlotte. I've been a full-time realtor for 20 years, and I've lived in South Charlotte with my family for the past 22 years. Well, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you've probably noticed that the real estate market, nationally and locally, has undergone some drastic changes over the last 6 to 8 months. Mortgage rates have gone up. Some will say they've skyrocketed. Inventory has gone up, which is a good thing for buyers. Demand is staying very, very strong. And prices in most areas have reached record highs, although some places have dipped a little bit. That's a plus also. So where does this leave us? A market crash, a bubble, or maybe a shift? Well, let's do a little bit of a review on each of those, and along the way we're going to look at the numbers specifically here for the Charlotte market and then nationally, and let you know what's going on. Our numbers come out from the National Association of Realtors and the Multiple Listing Service locally towards the end of the next month. So it's September, we'll be covering August, and October we'll be covering September. I think you know this by now. Oh, and if you end up liking what you see, please go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make some comments. Okay, so we've had the ingredients for a bubble for the past probably 3 to 4 to 5 years. We've had high demand, we've had low inventory, we've had increase in pricing, hitting record averages and medians, and then we've had some speculative, or quite a bit of speculative buying. And finally, we've had some very attractive interest rates the past 4 or 5 years. Probably one of the things that has helped the bubble from bursting and just having a market crash has been the financial footing of the buyers that we've seen over the past maybe 8 or 10 years. When the market crashed in 2006, 7, and 8, we had about 20-25% foreclosures going on because, as we would say back then, if you could breathe, you could buy a house, or you were going to get past financially to buy a home. And the financial requirements have become much more stringent. So we're not going to see necessarily people having to sell their homes because maybe they lost a job, they've got no equity in the home right away like we did back then. It is a much stronger market for the home owner right now. Lots of equity, or a lot more equity. Well, we have definitely seen a change in the market, and I can feel that locally. Fewer multiple offers, fewer showings, sellers willing to negotiate a little bit more, where in the past they were just saying, we'll take your offer, we're not doing anything here to the house, take it or leave it. We have seen that sort of a shift in the market going on right now. Now, don't be fooled, it is still a seller's market, and take a look at the charts right here. What you're looking at is the chart talking about or showing the inventory and the rise over the past few months. And yet we still have a shortage of homes available. So you're seeing some things that are still to the seller's advantage. Days on market did jump up a little bit from 15 days on the market to 19 days. And our inventory of home, and this is a boon for the the buyers, went up from about 1.2 months to 1.5 months currently. Another cause that is hurting the inventory is the lack of new home construction over a multiple year period. According to Keeping Current Matters, KCM, the new home construction numbers have been down by over 1.5 million, maybe 1.4 million over the past several years compared to, again, 2005, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there are several million homes fewer on the market for buyers to make an offer on than there have been in the past. So we are, as a nation, involved in a 40-year high in inflation. A recession, by definition of a recession, has taken place, or we're in the midst of a recession, and still we've got a fairly strong housing market, at least for the seller side, and also there's a lot of inventory that's coming on the market for buyers. And what do we call this? We don't call it a crash. We call it, can you read my book? A shift. One of the things that's talked about in the book Shift is that you could imagine the shift as a pendulum. We're in a seller's market like we are now, and then there's going to be a little bit of a slow turn into an equilibrium market, and then a shift really a little more quickly into a buyer's market, and then maybe it stays up there for a little while, teases us, comes down, goes back and forth. But it is like a pendulum. It's got a little bit of a slow beginning, and then it will hit locally very quickly. Nationally, that's why we want to be that lagging market here. We want to see what's going on nationally so we can prepare ourselves for that shift and for that quick arm of the pendulum moving. Lastly, we did see the median price of a home jump up, just bump up a little bit, like $3,500 between July and August. It went up to $388,500. Now July's was down a little bit from the peak in June of $399,900. The bottom line when you're taking in all this information is to really talk to the experts. Talk to people that you trust that are in the lending business. Talk to a skilled realtor, tell them exactly what you're looking for, and then get the information from them based on their current market. Now, if you're considering renting, take a look at this video or that video that I did a couple months back or a couple weeks back about rent or buy, and the concepts are still valid. If you're looking at renting versus buying and you have the ability to buying, I think you're making a mistake. Buyers have 40 times more net worth than a renter. And I know there's a lot that goes into that. But when you buy a home, in the short term, nobody has a crystal ball. No one knows what's going to happen over a year or two. But in the long term, you're building equity, and these charts will show you that. Go Pack, beat Clemson. We really do rely on what you're thinking about, what you want to know about the Charlotte market. So please leave comments. And if you like this, please go ahead and click that like button or press that like button and hit the subscribe button. And as we introduce you to Charlotte more and more, we just want to kind of tell you what you want to know about. So like I said, leave a comment. Thanks and have a great day.